Hello everyone, welcome to William in the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Roly. Roly is from Miami in Florida in the USA. So let's see what Roly has to say. Enjoy the interview. Okay. Hello Roly, how are you?
I am well. How are you doing?
Very well. Thanks so much for taking the time today for the interview. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. It's an honor.
So tell me, how's your day going so far?
My day so far is going pretty good. Definitely, it's been a very busy Friday. It's been a very busy Friday because I tend to keep myself very busy. I tend to just be on the go all the time. But it's been pretty good so far, honestly. It's been pretty good.
Do you consider yourself to be more of a day or a night person?
I am definitely I'm both, to be honest with you. Like it just depends on like if I'm a weekend person, I'll be a weekend person. I'll go out with my friends and have the whole night thing. But like definitely from Monday through Friday, I'll be a morning person. And then on the weekends, I'll be a weekend person. Yeah.
Where are you based, Roly?
What is it? I'm sorry.
Where are you based right now? Where are you from?
Oh, I'm in Miami right now, Miami, Florida, downtown Miami right now.
That's the place where you're born and raised?
Well, I'm Cuban actually,
Ah,
and I came here when I was like 5 years old.
mhm.
First moved to Texas after we did the crossing, and then came to Miami.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, and it was 6 months in Texas, and then we finally made the move to Miami officially. And then I just been here ever since. I've been here ever since.
Wow. And all your family, they are back in Cuba or they are in the US as well?
So the whole family is here. We all came together. Um, we uh, we came here through the Cuban lottery, which was something that was happening at the time in
Okay,
2001.
right,
My mom played that lotto back in 89.
right.
And we finally got the call in 2000, and then we finally came here in 2001. That was
Wow.
what happened. Yeah.
Tell me, as what's the best part of waking up in Miami every single morning?
Definitely the bipolar weather. Very much. Like today was like yesterday was beautiful and sunny, no clouds. It was just like radiant. Like I felt really good.
Uh-huh.
Uh Today it was extremely cloudy. Well, it still is. It's extremely cloudy. Um I mean, and honestly, it's just like that shift. Like it keeps you on your toes. It does
Uh-huh.
keep you on your toes. Every time you wake up, like you don't know what's gonna happen outside. I like that. I like that. Like what's gonna happen today? Like even though I have my day planned, like anything can shift it, and
Hmm.
I kind of like to like be in that like on edge type of vibe. And it just makes me on the go. It just keeps me on the go. Yeah.
How far are you from the beach?
I am 15 minutes away from the beach.
Wow.
15 minutes. The
Wow.
best part about it is that I don't use it. That's the best part about the whole thing. I'm like, my friends are like, let's go to the beach. I'm like, I'm gonna try to do that. I'm gonna try to do that.
Oh my God, I'm based in London. I would love to say, okay, I'm just 15 minutes from the beach. I would love to say that, but it's not. I'm far away.
But anyway, where are you based? Oh, you're based in
In
London.
London, UK.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's London. How is that happening for you?
London is an amazing city. Actually, I've been in London most of my life. It's a place where everyone is. You find people from all over the world. Different cultures. People here, they free spirit. You see people express themselves in a way that you just see in London. There's no other place. They go like, oh my God, I could never see this in other place in the world. Maybe New York City or the big cities, but it's something about London that they say here. London people, they don't care in a good
Yeah.
way. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
don't. They literally don't care. Like you could leave at your place, like literally dressing up something like I don't know, something that maybe you never think about, and suddenly people they might look at you, they
Yeah.
might stare a little bit, but they carry on with their lives. You know what I mean? The life just goes on. That's place that is well known for that. People they don't
I like,
care.
yeah, no, I like that. That sounds really like liberating. I mean,
Totally.
I like it's definitely different from this side of the world. I can say that much. I mean, I feel like here we live in this like what do you have? Like, what do you do? Like, that's
Right.
superficial nonsense. And I'm just like, can we just get to the creativity part? Like, what else can you
Right.
do? You know?
Absolutely. And tell me, what do you do for work, for a living?
So right now I'm doing social media marketing, and
Mhm.
I do motivational speaking, and I do life coaching for a lot of people. And then I also do spiritual work and meditation and just things that pretty much everything that I do, it's I like part of like the lifestyle that I want people to have so that they can better off themselves.
Right.
Basically.
So
Plus there's modeling, plus there's other things on the side. So yeah.
yes, I'm gonna touch on this topic as well because I've seen your videos, I've seen you expressing yourself with your clothes, fashion. It's just inspiring. So let's start the interview. When I was checking your profile, there are few topics there, and you say there spiritual man. So I'd like you to tell me how your spiritual journey started. There was a moment, or it's just kind of came with time presenting to you.
Well, the thing with that, um, I how can I start? Because it's definitely been a long time. I think the first time that I got introduced to that was when my sister officially introduced herself into Santeria, which is part of the Cuban culture. And we have, my family at least, we have a very strong connection to that world. And once she got introduced to that, I kind of just followed. And it was just almost like a calling to like, okay, like you're part of something beyond what you think. You're not just this. And the funny thing about the whole thing is that, like, Santeria is something else, and spiritualism is two different words, even though they're in the same category, but it's two different branches.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and for me, spiritualism was like more of my calling, like working with crystals, working with energies, working with just understanding, talking to people, seeing what people's issues and problems were, almost like a counselor in a
Right.
sense.
Right.
Um, and well, I got introduced to it that way, and then after that, I went through a point where like I had to like do self-acknowledgement, self-awareness, and like see like where I was kind of lacking. Not to do things to others to in order to hurt them, because I was very reckless at the time. This was probably like in my early 20s. I was very reckless at the time, and I was just doing things without really like just not really caring and not being aware. And because of that, like now I'm much more in tune with how people feel, how people are, how I had to respect other people, how everybody has their own little journey, their own story. And even though we are different in the way we maneuver ourselves, we can always come together to create something bigger than ourselves, which is one of the biggest lessons I've been learning, especially as I meet so many people in the industry. There's so many people, and there's so many ideas, there's so many perspectives to work with, but I know that together, like, we can create something really, really, really big and really, really cool.
Amazing, amazing. Rolly, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of views?
Yes.
Amazing. Welcome to William in the Magic Box. So I've got here my best friend. Okay, full of random fun questions. I'm just gonna play a song now just for us to relax a bit before the first question, okay?
Mm.
Let's do it. Right, so before we start the game, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about for some reason, you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Yes.
First question for you is, what does success mean to you?
What does success mean to me? Honestly, success means to me doing something that makes you extremely happy. Wait, like something that makes you wake up every day and it doesn't feel like a job. It feels like something fun for you to do. Like the money can come later, but if you're not really fully embodying that thing, then there's no point.
Do you think happiness is a choice?
Yeah, I mean, like we live in the 21st century, and there's just so many options of working. There's so many things to do. There's so many things you can look forward to find enjoyable.
Mhm.
I feel like there's no excuse for you not to find something you like.
See. Okay. Next question. Let's do it. Hey, next question is, if you won the lottery, yeah, what will be your first big splurge?
I would, oh my God, I would probably invest it into real estate.
Tell me why.
I'll invest it into real estate because I ultimately I just want to like let the money run on its own. Because
Mhm.
once you go into real estate, you have people that can run it for you, and I'll just be able to travel and just to get to know the world just a little more with that money.
And would you invest in Miami or other places in the US?
I would probably go, not in Miami. I would probably do like Wyoming or um there's like a few states that actually I would put money there, but not in Miami.
What's
Yeah.
as you mentioned before about the weather, the beach in Miami is well known for the good weather, for the good place to be. But
No.
what's in your opinion the opposite side? What do you find most challenging about the city, about living in Miami?
Definitely the people.
Why is that?
It could be very hard to find people you can connect with. I feel like here we live a life that is so superficial that sometimes it just kind of just gets lost, the human connection of just having conversations with people. And everybody's always like on the run, like
Mm.
just on the go. Because I know the city is very expensive and things are just becoming much more expensive.
Hmm.
But I feel like everyone's always like on the go and on the run, and we don't give enough time to actually just have conversations. Like we don't have like we have bars, but they're not conversational based, you
Mm.
know? Like when I was in LA, we had bars and places where we would go and just actually have conversations, like connections, like connect with people and just chat. And people were more open to just opening up conversations.
Hmm.
Here, we're much more like more not willing to do that, to open that door. So yeah.
And why is that? Do you think what's why people they behave this way? It's just because they are too busy. It's just about, as you said, they have a very fast life. That's the way that, in your opinion, that people they
Very
just
fast.
more individual.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very fast life. People are always on the go, but also like maybe I don't like to point fingers, but definitely like the Hispanic culture down here. I
Mm.
think it's because of the way we were, I would say, programmed, or just from our parents and the way we kind of see things. Um, we have kind of like just kind of created this thing of like, oh, who, he has more than I do, or let's not talk to each other, or let's um I don't want to hang out with them because they're doing this specific thing that's not for me.
Right.
Um, separate There's a bit of separation here and there because of those things also. Just the amount of judgment there is going on.
I see.
That's what I feel is going on. Yeah.
Okay. Next question. Let's do it. Before the next question, of course, when I saw your profile for the very first time, I remember I was checking out like, my God, I can see now you are very elegant. You have a posture. You dress yourself, very well, and
Thank
expressing as well. So tell me your connection with fashion, with fitness as well. As I could see, you look after yourself very well. So you always been have this connection of dressing well, express yourself in a way that you like to be presented.
I mean, I've always been, I think it just came from like my mom just dressing up every morning and just seeing her like just like she would just walk out of her house just like well dressed and whatever.
Wow.
I think that was something that really like was engraved inside of me. And then I will wake up every day and like do your face, do your teeth, do your morning routine, dress well when you go outside, like give like you give your best essence, your best self when you walk in, outside of your door. Um, it also makes me feel really, really good. Like every time you put in, like, at least for me, like when I go into my closet and I create something that out of my imagination, because thank God that I kind of had like that liberation to just go out and just liberate myself with fashion and just modeling and all these other things. It just makes me feel really, really good and just like really amplifies my energy towards other people.
Hmm.
And for me, with what I do, I love going to a place and somebody telling me, "Oh my, you look amazing," and I'm like,
Yeah.
"You look amazing." And I'm like, "Everyone looks amazing." Like, I just love that. Um, and it's become a lifestyle for me. My creativity is definitely one of the things that has taken me to a greater heights, and it just started with my mom. So
Beautiful. And actually, I'm going to tell you something. Today I was with a friend of mine and I was telling that I had interviewed this evening with you. And I told him, I said, look, you need to see how elegant he looks. And he looked at your pictures. He was like, wow, he looks very elegant, very, very well dressed. He's an English friend.
ah. Yeah, no, I think, listen, anybody who can go into their closet and make up an outfit, like my heart goes out to you because there's nothing greater than to putting things together and you're walking out that door and you're like, I look good. Like there's nothing like looking in the mirror and you're like, I killed it today. And like you just radiate with that and like your day just goes well. Your day just goes extremely well.
It's
Yeah.
interesting and it makes no sense because if you, as you said, if you go like, okay, I look very well, trust me, as soon as you step out, people are going to see because you already proved to yourself. You already put the energy there. So it's impossible for people not to spot that, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. And God, like I mean, even though sometimes I know that we might have like not the best days, but just putting that one outfit is gonna change your day. It really is. It
Okay.
really-
Next question is, if you could go anywhere in the world right now, where would you go and why?
I will go to Japan.
Tell me why.
Well, first of all, I have a very deep connection with Japan. Like, I guess ancestrally, I have a deep connection with them because ever since I was a little boy, I was captivated by anime, and anime it continues to be a big part of my life. And I just love the fantasy world of just cartoons and all that stuff. And when I found out that Japan was like the original people that it came from, I just want to experience that magnitude of fantasy from the original land. Because I mean, I see the videos, I see all these things that people are doing, and I'm like, I want to go there. That's so cool. Like, I want to be there. And I'm very adventurous. I'm very adventurous, and I love going to somewhere that just like expands like my view into the world. So in Japan, I feel like there's just so much to do there,
Hmm.
and there's a lot of culture there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of culture there. So just mixing both things together, it just makes me excited.
Japan for me as well in my bucket list, the top of my bucket list. I think when I visit Japan for the very first time, I think I will come back as a different person. I
Yeah.
think they're so polite, the culture, you know what I mean? I think they are ahead of us, regarding that. There's something about Japanese people that is inspirational. When you see them, oh my God, I'd like to be like that. I'd like to have this way of looking into your eyes, the way they talk to you, the politeness. They're so polite, the way, even their tone of their voice, if you know what I mean. It's something interesting.
Yeah, because they practice Shinto, and Shinto is the respect for every single living thing in nature. That includes trees, flowers, like just everything. And with that kind of religion,
Hmm.
they have so much respect for each other that just like, that you can see that in the way they maneuver themselves every single day, no matter what. And it's beautiful to see them just like have so much respect for everyone that's just around them, like including animals and everything.
Absolutely, yeah. A funny story. My mom, she was in Europe for her 51st birthday, and I took her to some different countries. So we went to Paris, and we went outside Paris, Versailles Palace. and it was, massive, beautiful palace. And inside of the palace, there were different groups from different countries with the tourist guides, and the person was explaining about everything, and you could see, like, for example, the French or the Italian or the Portuguese, they were explaining like the tone of their voice. And there was a group of Japanese people. The lady, she was talking like that, and you still could hear everything what she was saying. And I said to my mom, I said, Mom, I said, look, this group, that group, and this other group. And she was like, why? Look the difference of the tone of their voice. I mean, not wrong. I think all of us, we have our culture, but it was
Mhm.
so fascinating to see the lady talking with Japanese people, explain everything, everyone like that, like just looking very polite. My mom said, oh my God, it's so different of the other
Isn't it
groups.
very, yeah, they're just very different.
It
I
was,
just, it's beautiful that everyone has their own difference. Like, I love Italians.
yes.
The amount of passion, the amount of just exudeness
Uh-huh.
of being is that gets me excited. It's fun. It's a because I have two Italian friends and
Yes.
we go at it, and it's I love that energy. Um, and again, each individual country, each individual state has their little thing, and it's
Yeah.
wonderful.
I'm from Brazil, and we are like Italy. We talk with our hands. We are very spacious. We are very loud. You know what I mean? It's just a cultural thing.
Are you Brazilian? Is that
Yeah.
like okay? That's hot.
Next question. Let's do it. Before the next one, Rolly, coaching people, helping people, work with energy. Of course, it's like you deal with a lot of energy. Like you give energy, you get some energy as well. It's like a sharing, yeah, the job that you do. How do you do sometimes, or when you have people that the energy is not the best, and you kind of try to heal or to help those people? How do you do not to take this negativity to your personal life? How do there's like a way for you to block, even though you are helping people, but you block this energy that not give back to you somehow?
So definitely, I cleanse myself a lot. I cleanse myself by going to the beach. I ground myself. I go hug a tree. Like, there's just different ways where like different techniques that you can do when it comes to just cleansing your aura and like keeping yourself bound to what you firmly believe in. Um, Sometimes there are clients that don't understand, and they just don't see what you see. That's fine. I'm a very detached person.
Right.
I came here to just serve you and whatever I can and as much as I can. And if you're not able to comprehend, then I cannot help you anymore, and I just let you leave. Like, I'll let you go. I cannot take that personally. I I know myself, and I know that I have a beautiful life, and I do this all the time, and I see people's lives change all the time. But if you're not willing to give your little 2 cents in the change, then I cannot do any more for you.
I see.
You know.
Okay. Okay. Next question is, tell me something that your best friends, what do they do that comforts you the most?
I love having deep conversations with my friends. Like, we all have very interesting. Like, I have a very different group of friends that are around me, and we're all in spiritual journeys, but they're very different. Like, my friend is doing Hindu spiritual journey, my other friend is doing Christian spiritual journeys. Like, it's so funny that when we all get together, we all have all these things that we're sharing from different perspectives. And we take like we have like hours of just talking and talking and talking. We have tea here at the house, and we're here drinking tea, and we're just like talking and stuff. And then we're able to just like go off and like continue experiencing life and doing our own thing, and then come back again and congregate all over again. I love that. Like, we have conversations about finances, and like we also try to keep ourselves accountable for like business choices that we're trying to do to grow our businesses. Like, we have like notebooks and stuff like that. We like bust ideas from each other, and how we can get better. Like, I love those moments with them. I really, really do.
Do they ask you some tips like how to dress well, how to kind of match clothes and this all these things?
Here's what I mean, here's the thing. They have their own unique style.
Uh-huh.
They're individually have their own unique style. And even though people say I look good, I think everybody else looks better.
Oh,
I'm
really?
very, yeah, like I'm very simple. I'm very simple. You know, I can mix and match things here and there, and I have detailed items. But overall, I just can get a regular suit and I just like detail the suit. That's all I can do, you know?
Right.
What I'm really good at. I like solid colors. That's my thing. But I still wear my crystals and my stuff, and my jewelry to make it more umph.
I
But
think
it and then my friends, they're much more wild. Like they use prints and like this and that. And I'm like, oh my God, but it looks good on them. Like I love it, you know? Like I'll be like, yeah, good for you, type of thing. Because I'm like, it's gonna work for me. It's gonna work for me.
I love the honesty. I love it. Three questions left. Let's do it. Hey, Rolly from Miami. Next question is, what is the worst first date have you ever been on?
First date. Oh my God. You know what's the funny thing? I don't think I've ever had a bad date. I've been single for 6 years.
Right.
I've been single for 6 years. I've only had 3 real boyfriends,
Okay.
and I don't date as much as I feel like I should. But I don't think I ever had a bad date. I mean, they're all being very polite. Like, I only had like 4 dates, and that was like, eh.
Can you share like a funny situation, a funny story, or one of the best dates that you ever had, or like a memory that's always gonna be in your mind, if you can share?
Oh, well, yeah. So me and one of my the last ex that I had, after a year of just, dating,
Uh-huh.
we officially said, hey, like I'm ready to, well, okay, so we were in San Francisco. He took me on a trip to San Francisco, and it was Folsom, which is a street fair that happens in San Francisco, a gay one. And he was nervous. So we went to the gay area of San Francisco. There was like a huge black pole in the middle that just says gay on it. And he goes there, and I was with his friends, and I was talking to his friends, but he was like behind me doing something. And then I turn around, and then he's literally on his knees with a bouquet of flowers. Yeah, he's like literally telling me, "Do you want to be my boyfriend?"
Oh my God.
After a whole year, I was like, "Oh my God, like this is a lot." And I
Wow.
was shocked. I was like, I was not, because I I don't deal with those things. So I'm just like, okay, yeah, sure. But it was definitely very emotional, very like, I can't believe like this is happening. It was
Wow.
so nice too, because I never expected him to do something like that. It was just supposed to be the trip and that's it, not the whole, you should be my boyfriend, whatever.
Wow.
I really like that about him. I mean, we're still keeping communication. We still talk to each other here and
Uh-huh.
there, but definitely like that's one of the moments where I was like, oh wow, like people do things like that.
Wow.
People are very romantic, yeah.
One person to go on a date with you, what this person must have and must not have.
Mhm. Well, I need you to look good all the time.
Of course.
um, I like you know yourself very well. Like
Mhm.
someone you know yourself very well, and like you own who you are as a person. Um, you need to have charm. I like
Uh-huh.
people that are charming. And just be yourself. Don't like be yourself in a sense for like it doesn't with boundaries. Yeah, there you go. Be yourself with boundaries. There you go.
Go, the message is sent in the air right now. The universe. What's your star sign? What's astrology?
I'm Sagittarius.
December?
December, yeah. December
Me.
Sag.
My first boyfriend was Sagittarius, actually. Very calm, come across very calm, very understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until.
Until I talk. Funny. Oh dear. Two questions left. Let's do it. Before the next question, I'm going to ask a question in two parts. The first part of the question is, as your parents, you are from Cuba. Um, did you grow up speaking both language? You've been like raised in a Cuban culture as well. And the second part of the question is, did you have the support of your family being gay, growing up as a gay boy?
So my parents, so in my household, we only spoke Spanish.
Mhm.
So I spoke Spanish at home and then I spoke English in school. So definitely that was I have basically two worlds and I learned English very, very quickly because since we were in Texas for 6 months, Texas is not a Spanish culture, like it's a Spanish oriented culture.
Mhm.
So I had to definitely go to school and like force myself to speak English at an early age.
Right.
Um, and then the second question was if they knew they were gay.
No, if they support, you have their support about being gay.
Okay, so my mom, we were in therapy and I came out on her on therapy, and that was very emotional for both of us. Because she was like, I'm just gonna support you no matter what. Like, I don't understand it. I don't get it. But you're my son and it is what it is. And it was very like emotional. My dad doesn't know. I do feel like he does. Like he doesn't know from me to him. But
Right.
I do feel like he does know that I am not what he wants me to be.
Let's put this way.
Yeah. And that's just what it, and like honestly, every time, like I've never brought up the conversation. I never really like had to say anything. My last girlfriend was back in high school, like
Your
way,
face back in high school, like back.
way back there. You know, it was like the only girlfriend I took to the house. So, yeah, he knows. He probably knows. He's the one that just bring it up.
Did she dress well at the time?
She was okay. She was okay.
That's okay.
Just- honestly, like I knew I was gay already. Like it's just one of those things where like you know you're gay, but you're trying to like reconfirm that you are gay.
Right.
Like when me and her we did our stuff, I knew immediately. I was like, I do not want to be doing this. Like I don't want to be doing any of this. I don't want you to be naked in front of me. I don't want you to like do. I don't want to deal with this. And I was just playing a role. I was just playing the straight role.
Right.
I knew already. I was like, I do not feel comfortable doing any of this stuff, like at all.
Which person in your family you are more close to?
Definitely my sister, the one that's because we're five in my family, so like the one that's on top of me. Yeah.
Let's see. And she lives in Miami or not?
She lives in Miami and she has two nieces.
Oh,
Her
sweet.
baby.
Very sweet. Okay, next question is, do you have any pet peeves?
What annoys me is people who are always playing the victim card.
Ooh, the big one.
Yeah. I don't like you complaining about your nonsense and then repeating the same nonsense over and over again, especially when it's been the same pattern over and over and over and over again. Like that means that you're the one who's causing the pattern, no one else is.
What would be your best piece of advice for those people to get, away of this habit?
You know what's the funny thing about something like that? It's so hard to convince someone of their habits because they don't find it to be wrong because of their own perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
But the best thing I can say is if you keep complaining about it, then why do you keep doing it to yourself?
Hmm.
Like, why is it you keep doing it? That's all. Like, you just ask yourself the deep question, why? Like, why am I in this roller coaster all the time?
Up and down.
Yeah, like, why? But whatever. You
I had a feeling that it was a hint. Someone somewhere was a hint. Like when you said that was kind of a, you send this message in a way.
Well, the thing is, that's like I've again, I've dealt with so many people, so many friends, so many perspectives of people who just don't want to catch their nonsense.
Right.
They just want to catch it. And I'm just like, stop doing that. Um, and it just gets to a point where you just give up and you're like, you know what, just do your own thing.
Mm.
Eventually you'll figure it out.
Hopefully not too late.
It's up to them. That's not up to me though. Like that's up to you, baby.
Ready for the last one?
Absolutely.
Last question. Let's do it. But before the last question, tell me what is to be an optimistic creator?
An optimistic creator. That just means that everything has a possibility. Everything can happen. Anything can happen. It all starts with a thought.
Hmm.
I mean, let's be honest, Rome wasn't built in a day, but it started with a thought.
Good.
And in this world, I feel like anything can happen if you're just willing to try.
Absolutely. Give the first step.
Yeah. And just even if you feel like you're pulling back on whatever you think, then that's okay too. Like accept that you're having that moment of doubt. Accept it. Once that feeling gets out of your system and you're able to just clear it out completely, then continue step by step, little by little. You'll get to that. I'm someone that I journal a lot, I script a lot because I am someone who I expect that out of myself a lot of times. And which is something I'm trying to work on. But I figured out that journaling and just writing down your feelings, it definitely
Mhm.
helps whenever you're having like a tight moment. Or like long walks. Take long walks and just like you'll figure out the answer. It'll come to you. Anything will come to you.
Whatever meant to be for you, it will find a way to get to you somehow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you for that. There you
But
go.
but but you need to make it happen as well. Don't just wait. Just go.
Well, that's
Make
the
things
thing about
happen.
it. Like
Yeah.
some people just wanna sit down and wait for things to happen, but it's like no, you also need to do momentum. You
Yeah.
know, the way that the way that this world works is that you can manifest anything you want,
Hmm.
but it's up to you to get moving to move towards that manifestation. If you're not doing the work, you're not gonna get anywhere. And even if you feel like it's not like it's even if you feel like you don't know what you're doing, that's fine.
Yeah.
At least you're doing something. At least you're making the universe see you that he's like, yeah, like he's doing something. Like, why can't we just give him the manifestation? Like he's doing it. Eventually, like all things will come together for that moment in time that you were dreaming of to come true.
And time to time during the journey, go in the mirror and go like, you know what? You're doing well. You're going.
Yes,
You're doing.
I love mirror talks. Well, that's like a thing that I do nowadays. Like I love going to my mirror because every single word that you say out to the universe, even to yourself, is a spell for your well-being. And I'm
Hmm.
very much a firm believer in anything that comes out of your mouth is
Powerful.
right. Don't yes.
It's very powerful.
Very powerful. So like and there's this thing called mirror magic where every time you look at yourself in the mirror, you are projecting yourself onto that mirror. And
Hmm.
then eventually you will get the same manifestation that you projected back from the mirror. And
Yeah.
you will feel like, damn, like I look good. Like you wouldn't even have to say anything, you would just feel good,
Yeah.
you know? In a much more spiritual aspect, I can go a little bit deeper, but as of just the top of the top, like it is important for you to go to any mirror that you have in your home and just look at yourself Like look at yourself, like all of you, and just tell yourself you are beautiful, you can do this, like you're gonna kill it, and just go for it. Don't overthink it. Don't give yourself like this, oh, I'm gonna do this and then do this. No, just do it all. Do it all, and then you'll see which one the ones are gonna work for you, and then you take out the ones that don't work for you, and then that's it, and then go from there. That's what you have to do.
Amazing, Rolly. Amazing. Last question is, if someone offered to tell your future, would you accept it or not, and why? Just thinking, like, it's
I'm thinking because of of how my life has developed,
right.
and I no, I don't want to be told,
Mm-hmm.
because I know if, like, you'll get warnings.
Right.
You'll get warnings, but it would just kind of take. It would take away the fun of living.
Right.
Fun of living. However, though, hints. So I'm in a 50-50. I'm in a 50-50. I don't want to know it all. I want to know things that just work for me,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll take it from there.
Okay, that's the wish of everyone. I just want to know what's going to work out.
Yeah. Because like I've been told so many, like, because here's the thing, and this is something that I feel like people should know. We are able to change our lives based on our willpower. If
Mm-hmm.
we have willpower and enough ammunition to go and change something at that very moment in time, you could do it. And then your storyline can completely change. As long as your purpose is clear and your intention is clear, you can change your life however you want.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not the end yet. So let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking. Okay. One word for money.
Money, sex,
Okay. Fear.
spiders,
Family.
mom,
Life.
myself,
Sex.
orgies.
Wow. Okay. How many people there? How many people in the orgy?
I don't know. Usually it's more than 4 people, so that's usually the number.
One word for love.
Word for like pink.
Okay. I like that actually. Religion.
Um. Oh my god.
Pink. I'm joking.
There's one specific word that I usually values.
Okay. Politics.
A scam.
Friendship.
Love.
Desire.
Ambition.
Regret.
Regret. You know what's the funny thing about that word? And I want to be honest with you. I don't like that word.
Okay. Success.
Success. Free.
Wish.
Wish. Oh, sparkles.
Okay. Happiness.
Love.
One word for Miami.
Hot.
One word for USA.
Capitalism.
One word for Cuba.
Home.
That was very like home, cozy. One word for modeling.
Artistic.
One word for fashion.
Creativity.
The last one now, spiritual man. One word.
Spiritual man in one word.
Yeah.
Teacher.
Hmm. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your lovely sister, the one you mentioned before, for a coffee, and I'm going to ask her, define Roly in one positive word and one negative word only. What should say?
Stubborn for negative, and then loving for positive.
It was very quick answer. Wow, you know, she knows very well.
I've always like again, I'm a very supportive person, but
Mhm,
then I always get stuck in my own head most of the time, which is my stubbornness.
mhm.
But it's just because I feel like it's gonna work, and then it does.
Stubborn can be a positive thing as well. You know what I mean? It can go both directions. Can be very negative or can be positive as well, depending how you manage it.
And also, like I'm very optimistic. I have such a positive side out of myself that I don't think anything is bad. I don't think anything that happens to anyone is bad because we're just experiencing life. We're just experiencing every single moment, and
Yeah,
that's just what it is.
amazing. Let's play now, Rolly and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. But before you ask me the question, what is your favorite Spanish word?
Comida.
I love comida.
Yeah.
Please, always comida.
Well, I cook here. I literally I have days here in my home where like I put on the Food Network and I put on my music and I'm just literally just chopping things up and making things. I love
Therapy,
yeah,
therapy.
I love cooking. I love taking myself on dates. I love just
I
having
love
myself
that.
yeah, I love eating and just have literally having sex with food. Not literally, but you know.
Dating yourself. Yes. Hey, you can ask me a question now, Rolly.
Okay. What made you start your podcast, your YouTube channel?
It's when you talk about being positive, having this approach of life, of connect with people. I always been a person that's always been inspired about people, about listen to very curious. I think I always been very curious in a good way, like you know, being around people from from my different ages of me. The different ways of approaching life, living life before the COVID in 2020, I was already thinking about creating a project where I could connect with people, I could express myself, but I didn't know what I could do. I was literally like, my goodness, what can I do? What's something that I can be my true self? I can something unique that people gonna see it as something real. But I didn't know. The first thing idea I had was about music. I love music. Music is about it's something about music that moves me. I love it. But of course, you cannot use people's music online. You can't. Anyway, the world went upside down. Everything stopped in the world. A lot of things was happening. Everyone had tough times, including myself. I found myself in a very dark place. I didn't know what was happening. Got very anxious. Here in England, in London, you could leave the house once a day for exercise, to run, like in the park, to do something outside. I was running every afternoon. I was going for a run, like for an hour run. One of those runs, this idea came along, and I remember the moments. I remember the place. I stopped for a minute. I'm like, my God, that's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna create some questions. I'm gonna do some research, and I'm gonna literally invite people around the world and see their point of views, what they express themselves. That's how it started. That's how I started the Magic Box. And in a way, I can express myself. I can let people express themselves as well. In the same time, connecting people around the globe. And I think that's the best way for us to be able to live a better life, connecting, learning from different people. And it's been a beautiful journey, Rod. You have no idea how amazing it is to see people like you expressing the way they are, their point of views, and learning. We are here to learn, and we are here to share experiences, and it's been an amazing journey. I could do that for 24 hours. I have no idea how powerful it is to be able to be here and connect with so many amazing people around the globe. Yeah, that's how it started.
I love that. Those are like the best times when you just get an idea, you kind of just do it, and you
Yeah,
just got with it, and you don't know where it's gonna take you, but you just love to do what you do like
yeah.
that. Beautiful. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much. And thanks so much for you to take the time as well to bring your elegance to the show as well. Okay. Thank you so much for taking your time. But before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
Just live your best life. Just live your best life. Like, go through all the emotions and experience life to your fullest. And don't hold back. Do not.
Mhm. Amazing. Very good.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for everything. You have a beautiful smile, by the way.
Thank you too. Thank you.
Your radiant energy that you have going on.
Thank you so much. Appreciate. And you keep in touch.
How old are you? Can I ask you how old are you?
Of course you can. First, you need to tell me how old you think I am.
Okay. I think you're 35.
More?
Okay, so 38.
A bit more.
So like
41.
41. Okay, so it's 42. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I love like you look very young.
With my gray hair, my beard gray hair. I love it. I love my gray hair.
You exude what you exude.
How about you? How old are you?
I'm only 30.
My God, a baby. A baby. Regards to your family, to your friends, and you keep in touch, okay? It was a pleasure, okay? Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Take care. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye-bye. See you next time.